So I'm out here on the St. Croix River on my Paddle North Borealis pedal kayak. We have, it's a very popular site out here, so we have folks out enjoying the river as well. I was just going to do a quick little review of the Borealis pedal kayak. I've had it for about a month now, and I've taken it out 5 times. I purchased it because I was going out on the river quite often. I live in Taylor's Falls on the St. Croix River, and it's a beautiful place to spend time. As you can see behind me, it's very beautiful bluff lines. And I was basically getting tennis elbow every time I was going out, no matter how well I took care of myself. I am post 40. And it starts to catch up and you start to feel it. So I purchased the pedal kayak to basically alleviate some of that issues with paddling so much. There were other benefits to pedaling. I can eat, I can take a drink, have a drink of coffee while motoring around on the river. And I can use binoculars, so bird watching great while moving down the river and keeping a straight path. You've got the little throttle, or the not throttle, you got your rudder control here, so you steer, able to shoot videos. So if you were a adventure, doing YouTube videos or something of that nature, fishing, sport fishing, you could shoot video, fish. There are 4 rod holders on the corners around you basically. I have a little net I'll usually throw in one of the rod holders just for retrieving items that may fall into the river. It's very comfortable to sit on. The seat that they provide you with is very comfortable, very adjustable. There's many straps I don't even have tightened up because I don't need that adjustment, but if you did, it's there. One of the problems I do find with the pedal drive, just to point out an issue, is right now the St. Croix River's water level is pretty low. So if you run into any shallow areas, your pedal drive will run aground, and then everything that you have in your little holder area that covers the pedal drive will have to come out so that you can powered paraglider up there. There. Anyway, you have to pull everything out of that space, remove the bungees, pull up your pedal drive, get it lined up so it comes up properly. That can be an issue, so I've gotten really good at navigating the deeper channel of the river, and knowing where I can go to basically avoid running in the shallow areas. If I do want to go in a backwater or something like that, I have to pull the pedal drive up and then switch to the paddle I have strapped to the side here. So it's a very cumbersome thing to pull that up when you run aground. I was on a long trip where we were going down river I was the only one with a pedal drive, so my draw was much deeper, and that resulted in me getting hung up at numerous times trying to follow the group into shallower areas, going through the hassle of pulling the thing up, then pulling the paddle off, start paddling for a while, just kind of switching back and forth would slow you down. With that said, you can constantly be pedaling the pedals when you do have a deep enough area to use it, which for the most part I can do that all the way up and down the river in this chunk. Not everywhere, just have to avoid the shallow areas. And that will make it where you can basically, you never stop, you never drift. Usually when I'm paddling with paddle, you know, I stop to do this or that, and then I drift sideways, and I got to kind of catch up and all that. This, you know, I'm talking with my hands, I'm shooting a video, I'm able to do all that while still maybe making a forward motion and maintaining my tracking. So that's just kind of a brief review. I like the cargo space. I was able to go on a 2-day camping trip. Everything I needed fitted on the boat. The dry pocket that you have below the seat is a little hard to access. I'm 5'6", so I'm not the tallest person. I have to have the seat pretty far forward, and to access that, I've got the dry bag actually pulled out, because accessing that is pretty difficult while you're on the boat. You have to move your seat back and then open up the latch. If you're going on a long camping trip, that space does stay dry, so I used it to store my sleeping material, my tent, sleeping bag, things that could be kind of shoved through that little, I don't know, maybe 10-inch diameter hole, maybe a little bigger. So things like that I was able to stuff in there, blankets, hammock, you know, things that can go in like that. The tent could not get the poles in there, but could get the bulk of the rain fly and the various other fabric components. I can fit a full cooler on here. I could stand up. You know, you could fish off of it. You could get a stand-up paddleboard paddle, and you could use this like something like that if you wanted, as far as also being able to paddle it like a normal kayak, do the pedal drive, and you know, it's not a very big stretch of the imagination to add electricity and make it drive electric, either by motorizing this drive, which, you know, I've already got ideas on how that could be done, or adding a trolling motor to the back, where they do have a mounting place for outriggers or trolling motor mount. So it's a very versatile kayak. I think it's for the money, it's a very well-equipped kayak with the pedal drive, lots of places to mount other gear if you wanted to have rain, you know, sonar, depth finders, map, GPS plotter, things of that nature. You could have that all mounted, camera mounts. If you wanted to go full fishing, it's a fishing kayak essentially, very much like a lot of the fishing models that you'll see with pedal drives. I rebranded, you know, as kind of an adventure kayak, which it definitely suits that purpose as well. It's what I use it for mostly. I have not taken it out fishing. I'm not a super avid fisherman. I do it from time to time. But for me, it's a bicycle to get up and down the Riverway, and for that it works really well. I'm able to pedal upstream very quickly against the current, passing several people launching at the same time with regular paddles, and then able to kind of, like, as I'm drifting back down to the launch, I'm almost there, I can, you know, casually just take my time, and it's very easy, very smooth. I'm not worn out at all, not winded. My arms don't hurt. My legs definitely feel like they've gotten an exercise, which is a good thing. I don't bike as much as I used to, so this definitely helps work out the legs. It's, you know, not the lightest kayak, being a very thick, rigid hull with lots of moldings and lots of components added on to add weight. The seat and the pedal drive come off rather easily, so those can go in the car. And then it does have wheels on the back, so it is easy to move around. One person, lift the front, roll it around. Lifted this with my teenage son. It was easy to get up on above our shoulders and onto the car if we needed to. I also have one of those roller things you suction cup on the glass, and I can roll it up to the car, lift it onto that, and then get in the back end and roll it onto the roof of the car by myself. So that makes it very easy to deploy. For fuel efficiency, I would probably I'm going to switch to a small trailer or something like that. I can just have it on all the time and then just hook up and pull it down to the boat launch. Just because if I want to take it farther, it would be more efficient to pull it. So holds a lot of stuff, has a lot of cargo space, both the on top part and the back. The rudder, auto pulls up if you run aground. It does have like a little string down here that you can pull to get the rudder to pull up. So when you pull it out and you want to roll it around, you can pull that up and lock it. Like I said, very comfortable, very easy to use. I think it is a good value, and it gets you on the river and, your hands free to eat, have a drink, basically, smoke if you want, smoke them if you got them, vape, whatever they're doing these days. It's very freeing to be able to continuously move and not be tied up to paddling. With that said, if I get tired of pedaling, I can paddle, and I can put my legs down and take a little break. So anyway, I'm going to finish that up. Just wanted to give you a quick little overview. Like I said, I've had it for a month. I'm very happy with it. It's been great for getting out on the St. Croix River, which is what I predominantly use it for. I did take it out on the chain of lakes over here in Center City, and that was also real smooth and easy, especially on a lake. With lakes and with the river, sometimes you'll run into weeds. Weeds is another thing like running aground. It can get where you feel it, it's slowed down, you're not propelling yourself, and then you pretty much have to remove everything out of the hold, get the bungees off, pull that thing open, pull it out, and then pull the weeds off and get rid of them. So that part can be a little bit cumbersome and, make you, again, want to stay in the more deeper parts of the lake or river. I'm going to go ahead and pull in here and get my boat off the river. Very convenient to get out and just take a little break on the river in the evenings with the Paddle North Borealis pedal drive kayak.